I want to give a huge thanks to my best friend who made this story. She doesn't have a Wattpad. She posted this on my Wattpad, but I want to give a big thank you for her letting me read this. But I do have to say that Midoriya in the beginning of this is 6. But anyways, let's go on. Midoriya looked at the locket, playing with it. The locket was and of pure silver, small details on it. Midoriya always wondered where his mother got this, but he had never asked. Every time he tried to open it, it never did. Like it was welded shut. And on full moons, it would glow, and it seemed like it was singing. Tonight was, once again, a full moon, and he wanted to know some answers. So he went to his mother and asked her questions. "Mom, where did you find this locket?" Midoriya asked, holding out the locket to Inko. "Oh, Izuku, I have had this locket since my mother gave it to me." She took it in her hands, viewing its details. "There is a story to it all. Would you like to hear it?" she asked, looking at her son. "Yes!" His eyes turned into stars even. "Now remember, I do not know if this story is true." She then kissed his head. Along, maybe over 1,000 years ago, a goddess, Yin was her name, took care of the world by staying to herself. But there had been people who devoted themselves into protecting her from the evil. One day, though, someone came to take her hand. If she denied, he would kill her. So, before he came, he told a girl who she trusted dearly, "Once I turn myself into a locket, please throw me into a river." The girl was quite shocked, but when the time came, she did as she was asked. "That's a sad story," Midoriya spoke. Halfway through, he had laid his head on her lap. "It is all right, my dear." She placed a hand on his head. If she were to take his hand, she and the planet would die. "Now, let's get you to bed." She picked him up and walked him to his bedroom, placing the young boy down, tucking him in. "Good night, my son." She kissed his head and left his room and blew out the candle. Midoriya saw how the necklace was placed on his desk, seeing it glowing, and that all too familiar music. He got out of bed and made his way to the necklace, picking it up and hearing the sweet melody. After some time, he sang along. That's when he noticed it stopped, and so did its glow. He began to worry. Did it stop because of him? Did it die? Was it now just a normal locket? He was running around his room, holding it in his hands, and he began to sob. "Please, don't go. I love the song you played," he cried. And that's when he felt a hand on his back. The hand was warm, but he couldn't turn around. He was so tired to do so. And he fell asleep. Once the morning came, he was in his bed, covered, and the locket around his neck. He felt warm, even though it was winter. So, he felt light, like someone was hugging him. "Thank you," he whispered, smiling. After the years he's worked hard to become the man he is, he trained. He became a royal knight, thanks to the previous General All Mights. With all those years, he still wears the necklace. Even got it to open. Inside was a picture of what he thought to be you. Your hands were clasped in a praying manner. Your eyes looked so sad, as if you were crying. Your hair shined just right in the perfect lighting. He swore he was falling for you. Your beauty was everything to him. The way your face was shaped, the way your skin was, it was all so perfect. But wanted to be loved about you the most was the stories of you. How you were kind, but also strict with some. Did I mention he had a book collection, library full? He made sure the locket was crystal clear as well. Midoriya, you have been staring at it for way too long. Midoriya spoke, waving his hand in front of Midoriya's face. Sorry, it's just, I wish I knew more about the person. Midoriya sighed. Oh my god, you have a whole fucking library for this person. Bakugo sighed. What? Look at you. You have 2 dragons as your partner. Midoriya spoke, holding the locket. Oh, get your ass here. Bakugo was now being held back by Kirishima. Midoriya was growing so tired. He left, after the commotion had settled, going to his room in the tavern. He felt on his bed, opening the locket to see you. The room was cold, but he was so tired to do anything. So he closed his eyes, holding the locket to his heart. That's when he felt warm, like a blanket wrapped around his body. He opened his eyes to see that the room had now nothing and was all white. He looked behind him, seeing a woman playing with his hair. Hello, Midoriya, she spoke. Are you Yin? He asked. She giggled. Yes, I am, and I'm here to ask you of something. You put both your hands on his cheeks. As you know, the great war is upon you. I wish to be freed. Could you help me? And in return, I'll help you. Your voice was light and calming to him. He nodded. Thank you. Now, you need to free me. You must go to where I have lived, the highest peak of the mountain. And in the ruins, there should hopefully be a jewelry box. There should be a place to put the locket. Place it there. She then kissed his forehead, and with that, he was back in his room. This time, it was morning. He got up from his bed, getting ready for the biggest and highest mountain he could find. Where are you going? Asked Todoroki as he ran out the door. Mount Komu, Midoriya said, grabbing his horse and riding off. Okay. Todoroki rubbed his eyes before realizing what he said. Wait, Bakugo, get up! Midoriya's gone mad! Todoroki ran to get his horse. Midoriya would get there in a day, and once there, he saw how the temple crumbled from the years of war and no one being there. He saw skeletons of people, maids, guards, and even guests. That's when, the more he went into the ruins, he found the jewelry box. Seeing it was broken. The mirror shattered, the jewelry corroded and broken. Dirt and what looked like blood was on them. He took off the necklace, placing it perfectly in its fitted spot. It glowed with such light. Pieces of crystals and light came from the skeletons, their bodies turning into dust, and a person coming out from those. Midoriya. He heard both Todoroki and Bakugo say before dying down. There you stood, smiling. You were definitely taller than him. You knelt down to him and held his face. Thank you, Midoriya. You kissed his head. He noticed the necklace was now on you. Would you like it back? You ask, holding it with your hand. No, it looks beautiful on you. He blushed, which you giggled. But Midoriya, now that I'm woken, there will be people after you. People who will kill anyone. And you need to stop them. Free the world from evil. You then kissed your hand. Oh, what? Your hand, placing it on the locket, taking it off and putting it on him. I will always be with you. That's when you turned into light, fading away. Everyone was speechless, Midoriya holding the necklace. We need to make sure this world is safe, Midoriya nodded. Tick, tock.